Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, we will be discussing Q2 FY25 result and the con call of Bazaar Style Retail Limited. Okay, so we will discuss the business model, the result con call, and also we will do the P2P with the other players in this space. Okay, so first let us understand the business model. By the way, I had covered this model in depth, by showing the PPT and all, right, when it had come after IPO and they declared the Q1 FY25, right? So if you want to do that part where you want to just look at the PPT and understand, then I'm just going to link it over here. Okay, I just hope it works. Anyways, coming back, so let us discuss about the business model of Bazaar Style Retail. Like ये धंधा क्या करता है या पैसा कैसे बनाता है, ठीक है? So if you look at over here, this company is similar to the likes of your V2 Retail or any other apparel companies that we have over here. These people make clothes, different kinds of clothes for men, women, kids. Okay, and specifically when you talk about, see, because there are many categories or many players over here who make clothes, right? Like what kind of clothes do you make also becomes important, but not just that, to whom do you cater to? Okay, like for example, when you talk about Aditya Birla Fashion, it is a bit of an upper end category compared to Bazaar Style Retail. Bazaar Style Retail, if you see, they cater to those economic range whose annual income ranges between 2 to 4 lakhs. In that pyramid, that is where their target audience is. Okay, so and over here, if you look at their business model, 86% of the business comes from by selling apparels, that is your clothes. Okay, and the rest 14 to 15% comes by selling lifestyle products. It could be like bed sheet, towels, all of those kind of things. Now when you talk about the revenue segment, revenue bifurcation in terms of like to whom do they cater to, if you see 41% comes from men, then the other 30% odd comes from women, and 27% odd comes from kids. Okay, and the rest is others. So this is the main business model. Now one thing over here that makes it interesting is when you talk about again, like I told you, right, these people are value fashion players. Okay, over here, their model, they started from West Bengal, so they're very predominant over there. Even as of right now, 80 to 85% of the sale, to be very specific, 87% of the revenue as of Q2 FY25 comes from your West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Bihar, right? These are the 4 states, but primarily West Bengal. This is where 87% of the revenue comes from. So there is a bit of geographical concentration. And going forward, they are also targeting, like I told you, 87% of the revenue is coming over here. This is where they're very well established, you can tell, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of these states. And the other 12 to 13% comes, they're targeting states such as Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh, Tripura, Uttar Pradesh. So that is their focus market. Sorry, that is their the first one is a focus market. The other one is the other 12% is a target market. Okay, now let's talk. So this is the business model. I think you got a gist of it as to like what they do and how they do it. Okay, now let's talk about the Q2 FY25 numbers. Okay, so when these people had come for IPO, right, they had targeted we will grow by that 25% kind of range, and not just that, we will grow better than the peers. That is what they had told. And the second thing they mentioned was that for the full year they would open around 30 to 35 stores, because the last 2 years, if you had seen them before the IPO, last 2 years also, if you had seen, that is in 2023 and 2022 respectively, all those years, they had opened 30 to 35 stores only and had maintained that decent 25 to 30% kind of growth. Okay, so that is what they told. Now in Q1 FY25, yes, they did have that pace of growth. The pace of growth, I think, was there, right? They did maintain that sales growth. But the biggest shock, your biggest dhaka, I think, when people or when investors saw the result post IPO was the bottom line, right? Because we saw that it went from a profitable to a loss-making company, especially last Q1. And one of the reason for that was unka, they had the go down. Unka go down mein aag lag gaya tha. Okay, there was a fire in their go down, because of which they of course it impacted their bottom line. Because think about this, whenever you have a go down, you have a warehouse. वहाँ पे when that goes down, आपका warehouse भी पूरा like चला गया. उसमें जो भी inventory था, जो भी kapda tha, that goes. Now when this go down is gone, you have to go and source for another go down. Make sure again you have to replace that inventories and everything. So it's also not that simple, right? Again, your logistics will have to change, your route will change, a lot of cost that comes over here. So over here, because of this incident that happened in Q1, the bottom line was impacted by uska impact was around 10 odd crores. Okay, but anyways, this was the situation over in Q1. Now coming to Q2, right? In Q2, like if you look at that, the sales growth ka pace has really really increased. It went from like a good 25% का growth engine, which it was all these years pre-IPO. It has become now a 65% का growth engine, and it is giving neck to neck competition with the other player in the value fashion category. That is, we have two players in the value fashion category right now. As of now, if you see, actually not two, we have four: V-Mart, V2 Retail, Trend, and Style Bazaar. So I wouldn't consider V-Mart, because V-Mart, like I told you, it's gone, it's out of the competition only. And Trend has अपना पैर पे खुद, what do you tell that? I'm forgetting the proverb in Hindi, like अपना पैर में खुद मार दिया. Okay, I mean, you get the point, right? Because Trend का pace of growth has come down over here. So if you look at, so V2 Retail is the one other competition. Now V2 Retail, if you compare with it, it is giving like really neck to neck competition, right? वो भी 65%, ये भी 60% से grow कर रहा है, ठीक है? And if you look, like I told you, the sales has been immense, like 65% on a year-on-year basis. That is on Q2 of this year versus compared to Q2 of last year. Extremely well. Even if you compare on a QOQ basis, the sales grew by 13%. Now this comes as a bit of a shocker, na? Ki like how did QOQ you grew by 13%? Because one thing you will hear me telling always, especially if you're a B2C space, right? आपका Q2 is one quarter, which is a lean quarter. Monsoon season है, उतना कुछ shopping नहीं होता, right? It is also, if you look at all the 4 quarters, Q2 is where you get the least amount of revenue compared to the other 3 quarters, right? So Q2 is very lean. So you can't really compare Q1 to Q2, because it will look like, sales has fallen by so much or something gadbad hua hai. Similarly, you can't compare Q2 with Q3, because Q2 का base itna chota hai. So anything compared to Q3, which is the best season in your entire retail space, it will be like, अरे छक्के पे छक्का मारते हैं, right? But over here, when you see, why are we seeing this QOQ also, it has increased by 13%. So there are a couple of reasons over here. One, as you remember in Q1, we had heat waves, we had elections, because of which a lot of walk-ins dropped in. Now when you look at Bazaar Style Retail, almost all of the sales happens by you going to the shop, like brick and mortar store. Unka online e-commerce and all, they're not that much there, but it is predominantly by sales happen via the stores, right? Now when sale is happening via your store, and let's say the walk-in is less due to your elections and heat waves, of course you are the one going to be impacted over here. So all of this pent-up demand which was there in Q1 got little bit flowed on to Q2. Okay, that is one reason. The other reason for Q2 is, if you remember last year ka Q3, again listen to this properly, last year ka Q3 mein, if you remember, all our Diwali, Dasara, Durga Puja was in the later half of Q3, right? Because Q3 ka month is what? October, November and December. Last time we had majority of the festivals either in the later half of November or in like the early November, like that. It was really pushed the festivities. This time, if you look at this Q3, you see that most of the festivities that are there are a bit early, right? Like we had Dasara in October, we had Diwali in 1st and 2nd of November in that time. So and like I told you, remember I focused very clearly over here at the starting that इनका अगर आप business model अगर आप देखते हो, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा sale 87% कहाँ से आता है? West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar. They started from West Bengal, I told you na, and they have very much like a very strong hold in West Bengal, ठीक है? ये वेस्ट बंगाल में कौन सा बड़ा फेस्टिवल होता है? दुर्गा पूजा. एंड दुर्गा पूजा हैपेंड दिस टाइम इन दी अर्ली वीक्स ऑफ अक्टूबर. सो उसका सेल्स जो है अ लिटिल बिट द सेल्स विच वर देयर दैट आल्सो गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ शॉपिंग हैपेंड इन Q2 as a result. So due to the early days of Durga Puja over here and the pent up demand from Q1 is a reason why you see even on a QOQ basis you see that the sales has grown by 13%. So we covered the sales part over here and there is nothing wrong, right? Let us go to the second part. Let us check the margins. Okay. Now, when you look at the margins at absolute number, because you will see like अरे 7.8% margin है इसका, EBITDA margins I'm talking about, and you'll be like अरे ये तो टट्टी है, right? Because when you're comparing it over here, you could compare it to V2 Retail, and V2 Retail has margins, EBITDA margins as of Q2 is around 11% odd, 11.5 I believe, not the exact number, but it is around 11% odd. So of course when you compare अरे V2 तो 11.5 है और Style Bazaar is around 7.8, you'll be like अरे क्या फालतू है, right? But here's the thing, that's a mistake you would be doing, because you also have to check with like the improvement in margins. If you look at last Q2 का इनका margins था around 4.9. So are they improving from that? Yes. So which means there is something really good happening in the business, right? So now why are we seeing this margin part of the business improving? Like I told you over here, when you talk about the Style Bazaar, right? 50% of their sales right now, like 48% is coming from selling their own brands. या आपका private label brands as you call it. Now when you talk about own brands, what is it? आप खुद design कर रहे हो, you're probably outsourcing the manufacturing, but you are taking the entire control from end to end value chain. When you're talking about other people's brand, you're just a third party retailer over here. Last time this was around 30% odd, and this time it is 50%. So as this private label brand increases in your showrooms, the better margin you will make over here, right? So if you look at V2 retail ka private label is 80%, third party is 20%. That is why you see their margins is way higher compared to Style Bazaar retail or Bazaar style retail, right? So over here also, when you look at the margins, look at the improvement. Don't look at just the absolute number. You can see here margins are also improving over here. Okay? Now the third part over here, let us talk about the volume growth. Volume growth is also very tagda, because see here it is a value fashion category, right? Matlab kya? Like I told you, your target customer is someone who who is very conscious about the price. Okay, because if you increase the price over here, यहाँ पे क्या होगा? There is so much competition over here कि like and यहाँ पे see in this economic segment they do not care much for brand कि like अरे V2 retail से खरीद रहे हो या V-Mart से खरीद रहे हो. They need the best of the best quality at the lowest of the price. So you can't increase the price over here readily. It becomes a bit harder for you to increase the price compared to other, because like I told you, the consumer will always have the option to shift, right? So volume growth becomes the most important parameter. You should be able to you make a lot by getting more volume. Now over here, can you see volume growth has been 59%. So over here, tick mark, good, 1 2 3, really like all parameters great. Next, for any kind of these kind of companies, when you're talking about जहाँ पे आपका price growth में उतना कुछ नहीं हो सकते, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा volume growth होता है, you need two things, right? Like अभी का volume growth के लिए I know I have existing stores that is able to cater to, right? But आगे का growth के लिए I also have to do capacity. I have to put up capex, right? मतलब क्या? I have to increase more and more number of stores. I have to add stores, right? Now here is an interesting part. This is the good part about the company. Like I told you, when they came in IPO for this year, they told for FY 24-25, they told we will open 30 to 35 stores. Okay. Now they are telling like we will increase the store count to 45 to 50 by the end of the year. So if somebody is coming and telling you like मैं ज़्यादा stores add करूँगा, it is a good sign ना, because आगे जाके अगर you are adding more stores, आपके sales तो वहाँ से बढ़ने वाला है, right? That is a good thing over here. So similarly over here also, as of Q2 में they've added 18 stores. Okay, and as of Q2 end, it is 184 stores था. In FY24 it was end of FY24 it was 162 stores. Now it is 184 stores. ठीक है. So overall great. In fact, actually, if you look right now as I'm speaking to you, like almost what we are like almost 1.5 months into Q3, right? As of now, it is 198 stores. So 162 tha, 198, like almost 30 stores what they had target for this year has already been done, right? So if they're telling about 45 to 50 stores, that's around 212 stores by the end of the year, which I think they will easily do it considering the store expansion that they're doing over here. Okay. Now here another thing also, I understand आप लोग ज़्यादा stores add करे हो, but here is the thing, right? See, your same store sales growth is as important as your आगे का store expansion that you're doing. Why? Because see, when all, let's say आप अच्छे time पे हो and everything, it doesn't matter. Like same store sales growth, a lot of people ignore it. They be like अरे टट्टी है, छोड़ दो यार, आगे जाके they only see forward, ठीक है? But the same store sales growth, when it hits you when the bad times comes, okay? Because आपका अपना store जो when the store right now, those stores are not making money for you. आपका पैसा कहाँ, where will you get the money to fund the further expansion, right? Let's say for the further expansion also you need money. You need money for the existing stores also to run. So ultimately your existing stores has to grow over here, has to make some kind of munafa, have to make some kind of profits for you, to ultimately sustain your business. That is why same store sales growth becomes very, very important. As a business, when you do not have a lot of pricing power, I would need that company to have higher volume growth, higher same store sales growth, high same store sales growth plus capacity expansion. That is what you're looking for. So here we obviously have volume growth. We also have high capacity also, right? We have like I told you, capex also is increasing. They went from 30 stores in a year. They're revising the guidance to 45 to 50 stores, right? That is what is happening, right? And along with that, if you look at their same store sales growth is at a whooping 41%. By the way, the same store sales growth last Q2 was minus 29, not 29, minus 29 tha, and this time it is 41%. Just imagine like what kind of like a beautiful performance that this company has been doing, right? Again, a good example of why SSG becomes very important is I wanted to check another company in the fashion apparel space is Go Colors. ठीक है, आप देखते हो Go Colors, it is finding very, very hard to sustain the bottom line. और वहाँ पे भी top line that you see ना, top line is hardly in single digit. Now why the top line is there is also because वो लोग वहाँ पे 130, 100 to 125 to 130 stores they're adding, but उनका same store sales growth देखो negative या 0%. That is why अगर कल जाके they stop that store expansion, then that sales growth भी गया, जो minimal profits that you're seeing, that is also gone. So now you understand why you need both same store sales growth as well as the आगे जाकर capacity that you're coming up with. ठीक है? So with everything we covered, we are seeing that कि like अरे भाई सब तो ठीक है, right? I mean all the parameters that you would want for a business to do well, it is doing well. So of course now everything is so nice, and I mean everything can't be this hunky dory, na. So I would give this analogy. Have you seen this balloon, right? Like a balloon can fly however high it wants to, but there if you tie a stone to it, it can it pulls it down. It can't fly. So similarly, all these parameters that you see are like that gas in that balloon. That is really pushing it, but there is a stone that is tied to this bazaar style retail, and that store comes down to one thing, that is profitability of the business, right? Now over the years, over the quarters that you've seen, the profitability is not there over here, right? First of all, in Q1 I do not want to comment pre IPO jo hua hai, because we do not have that much of a data. But if you look over here, in last Q1 they were a bit of a loss making company, like I told you, because of the impact of warehouse. Over here also, if you see, as of Q2, the company hasn't turned profitable, right? As of now, if you see in Q2, the losses were at minus 69 crore. Although let me tell you one thing, last Q2 mein, the losses are at minus 119 crore. So of course, over here, the losses are minimizing. It is moving in the right direction. Like I told you, margins are improving, volume growth is there, SSG is there, store expansion is increasing, right? Profitability that is there, it is also, we are seeing profitability, it is profitable, the losses are getting minimized, but it is still not yet profitable. That is the stone that is tied to the balloon. So the profitability metric, agar yahan pe shayad if there was profitability, then you can think like wo stone, somebody has removed the stone and the balloon is flying. That is the analogy I can give over here. Okay, so that is the only thing I would say is a negative over here, because agar aap profitable nahi ho, then ultimately see, when any business, when you talk about, you need growth and profitability. Okay, so I understand it is a very high growth engine and things are improving, but the fact that profitability is not there, it is kind of it is a huge negative over here, you can tell. Okay, but one thing, so now I understand in Q2 there is no profitability, but you also have to look forward and see like aage jaake can we see a profitability, and the management had mentioned like Q3 may definitely you will see a profitability, and this year they will do some PAT. And they have guided for. So coming back the last end of the video, let's talk about the guidance. So company is guiding for a 25% growth for the full year, FY24 versus FY25 on sales parameter. So if you compare from the FY24 base to FY25, they should be clocking around 1216 crore in sale. Okay, and they're targeting a PAT margin of 2.5 to 3% ka PAT margin. Now let us take 2.5, the lower end of the PAT margin. 2.5 into आपका 2.5 by 100 into 1216 crore, that is around, this year they can clock around 30 crore in PAT. So compared to FY24, that is a 36% growth in PAT numbers. Okay, so this is something that you can expect. Now over here, this is an expectation. Now we will have to track and see if they are in line, because already we can see in a lean quarter things have been improving for them on all matters. Only one thing, profitability, if they can etch that part, like if they can do that, then it's a seal deal. Right? Not just this, not just in terms of profitability, like I told you, यहाँ पे EBITDA margins are still at around 7.9, and the stable EBITDA margins that they're expecting for the business in a couple of years is to reach 15%. Like I told you, how will they reach 50%? Because the share of brand right now is still 50%, own brands, private label brands, right? Now as this increases, now of course the margins also should increase from here, right? And of course we have volume growth also coming from the store expansion, that also should see that because of that margins also we should see आगे जाके this PAT margins should improve, and also we have to see like the profitability could also increase from here. But that is only one thing we can do, is we can track. Now talking about valuation over here, like see, if they're doing 30 crores in PAT, you divide it by the market cap right now, it is there. So the 1 year forward P comes up to like what, 80, I think in that 70 to 80 range. So you decide, up to you like if it is expensive or cheap for you that you want to play. But you also have to remember over here, this is a loss to profitable kind of company, right? So going forward, as the profitability increases, it becomes, with this sales growth, if it continues, the valuation tends to become a bit cheaper, right? Because right now the profitability is a bit skewed, which can make the entire P look a bit inflated over here. Remember that over here. That is why I'm not stressing so much on the valuation part. Okay, now the last final part, let us do a comparison with V2 retail. Okay, now with V2 retail, as you can, let me just get my notes for V2 retail. Yeah, so V2 retail, if you look, revenue grew by 64 for Style Bazaar retail revenue grew by 65%. If you look at EBITDA margins for V2 retail is at around 11.5. Here it is around 7.8. Now, as you know, V2 retail is already there because यहाँ पे V2 retail में 80% comes from private label. Style Bazaar का only 48% comes from private labels. That is the reason. Okay. The third thing over here, the most important thing is the sales growth and the capex that you see. If you look at the same store sales growth for V2 retail is at 34. For them it is at 45. Style Bazaar wins over here. V2 retail is doing higher number of stores. V2 retail is adding around 60 stores, and these people are adding 45 to 50 stores, right? So overall, yeah, volume growth is also mota moti same. Volume growth for V2 retail is 43. For these people also it is around the same range only, right? So overall great. The only difference between the both, between V2 retail is leading the race over here compared to Style Bazaar, is V2 retail is already a profitable company except for this quarter, because again reminding the fact, even V2 retail was a loss making company, and this year the target for V2 retail was to be EBITDA positive every quarter, and from next year, in spite of a lean quarter, they will become profitable every quarter. From next year you can see profitability. In this year, in Q2 and Q4, you will see on a profitable metric thoda loss, but EBITDA positive is the target. So that is the only difference. I would say V2 retail is a bit ahead in the race only and only because of the fact that it has turned profitable, whereas Style Bazaar has to compete, like over here, has to come. Now over here, can you see already the market has rewarded V2 retail. Why has the market rewarded V2 retail over here? Like I told you, high pace of growth, and on top of that it has given, you know, operating leverage. If Style Bazaar has to match up with the valuation of V2 retail, there are two things it has to do. It has to grow faster than that of V2 retail, and at the same time it has to start posting profits. Like profits also has to be there for it to match up with the valuation of V2 retail. Then it becomes a very neck to neck competition between the both of them. So I hope this entire, you know, this is the entire thing. Also, I wouldn't compare it right now with Trent and VMart because of the two reasons. VMart, like I told you, is out of the race. 15% ka growth engine hai. What will I compare with a 65% growth engine, right? It's 15% plus loss making, so throwing it out of the race. Similarly, Trent, like I told in the beginning of the video, Trent ka pace of growth has come down to 60 to 40, right? उन्होंने अपने पैर पे खुद कुल्हाड़ी मार दिया. It's like that, right? So again, you can't even compare it over here. I've made a video on that Trent video, like, you know, comparing Trent with the other players that are there. Again, I'm going to link it over here. I am so excited because I'll be doing it for the first time. Anyways, I'm going to link it over here in my YouTube, just to catch up with that video too, so it will give you a better view of the entire space. So that's that. Hopefully Bazaar Style Retail can deliver the 30 crores impact. We should see that in Q3 itself, right? And yeah, after that, let's see how the thing progresses. But as of now, good. One thing that I can tell is, compared to the last year's performance, this year's performance has been really well. They're improving and they're going in the right direction. Similarly, compared to Q1 also, things are very much improving for the company over here, right? So overall, well and good. Only thing is to track and see on the profitability metric. That is it. So that's it on today's video. I'll see you again. Bye.